Hey guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to talk you through the planner that I'm currently using for work, and I've been doing this for about a month and a half now, and I'm absolutely loving how this system is working out. So let's get into it. The planner that I'm currently using for work is an A6 size Hobonichi Techo. This is a spring start, so this started in April of 2020 and it goes through March of 2021. I really like the A6 size. I find it extremely portable. For work, it fits in my bag really easily, and this is primarily a daily planner if you're familiar with the Techo. I do have the Japanese version. This planner does come in an English version. It is a little bit of a different layout. If you have seen the English version, it's a lot more grayscale. The quotes have been translated and you don't get all the colors that you have within the Japanese version, but I use the Hobonichi Cousin, which is the A5 size planner, as sort of like my main planner and archive. So I really liked having the consistency between my work planner to my Cousin, so I opted to go with the Japanese version. So the daily page has 5 check boxes up top. There is sort of a delineating line here which splits this into 2 columns. On the left hand side you do get a 24-hour calendar with a space per hour, and then a generous section for notes, or at least that's how I am using it. There is very minimal English in the A6 size as compared to the A5. My cousin actually will tell me what the day of the week is in English, like MON for Monday, but you only get the kanji here within the A6, but I don't mind that at all. In fact, I've just been popping in the days and I'm getting more familiar with the kanji just from using these planners over the last couple of years. So let me show you how I've currently been using this planner. Okay, so what I've been doing for the most part is up top by the check boxes, I am putting down like my top 3 to 4 to-dos for the day. On the left-hand column, I am writing out my work schedule. So this is when I have meetings or calls, or we had an impromptu issue pop up. I like to write down when that time happened. And then otherwise, I just use this section over here for notes. You'll notice that I'm using mild liners to color coordinate, and I'll talk about that a little bit more. But this is working out really well for me. I've been doing this for the last couple months. I like only having 3 or 4 spaces for to-dos just because of the type of work I do. It's very inbox heavy, so problems pop up and I need to tackle them as they come in, but having a space to just write down those bigger tasks that may not seem like the most important fire of the day helps me stay focused, and I lose tasks less often. I do use Outlook at work to see when my meetings actually are happening, but I like having just a quick visual of when things are supposed to happen so I can kind of check things off as I go and see how I am progressing throughout my day. Now, I typically only work Monday through Friday, and this planner does give you full days for the weekends, and I am making use of those days as well. You'll see as I flip through. On the weekends, I typically use them as notes pages. So let me get you to one of the more recent ones. So over here, this was a Sunday, and I did not work this Sunday, but what I will typically do is I will write the title of what this notes page is, and then I will go ahead and use this to take notes as needed. Similar to within my Hobonichi Cousin, I index my daily pages, which is what makes this planner extremely functional for me. I have tabbed off this future log spread, and I do the exact same thing that I do in my Hobonichi Cousin. I will write down the big, most important note that I took that day, and then from there I'm going in and color coding it. So I did just kind of do a color key because this is the first time I'm using the mild liners for this purpose. And basically what I do is I have a color for just general work stuff, and then otherwise all my other colors are for specific projects. So as I'm looking for information on a project, when a key decision was made, I can kind of glance through for a specific color and find what I'm looking for to be able to reference those notes back easier. I also am using some of these weekend pages to do sort of like a Kanban board for projects and tasks, so I can kind of see where some of those things land within the projects, but primarily I am using them for additional notes as needed throughout the day. I have put in several tabs. These are the Post-it brand tab. I will put that in the description box for you. But I tab off the most used are my Today tab and my Next Notes tab, which takes me to my next available weekend page if I need additional notes than what is provided on this page itself. So I obviously have 4 separate color-coded notes on here, and really what I'm going to look at the end of the day and say, okay, which one of these do I actually need to reference later? And I think it ended up being this issue here, because this was a really key discovery that we found on a ticket that we've been working for a couple of years. So all this information is in here. As I'm glancing through, I'm finding I have a decent amount of muscle memory just because I am spending so much time within this planner. But when it comes to trying to find specific information, I basically just choose the most important thing, and that's what gets indexed. This planner also has a monthly calendar up front. This version is the Monday start. I believe they do also offer a Sunday start for this planner as well if you're curious for 2021. But basically what I'm putting on here is just when my coworkers are on vacation, my vacation days, big project deadlines, and if there was a large system issue, then I'm writing that down as well because I do work in IT and I like to see the trends when it comes to things like that. I'm not doing a whole lot of pre-planning within these monthly spreads, but I'm definitely referencing them, and this is information that would probably cross over into my personal planner as well, but I like the idea of having only work stuff in one view so it's a little bit more functional during the work hours. I also have a clear Midori A6 size cover on this. I will leave information on that in the description box below. I find it fits the Hobonichi Techo perfectly. I didn't have to stretch this out or anything at all. And the pen I'm using in this planner is the Tomobow Mono Drawing Pen in 01. This is a felt tip pen as compared to the Uni Jetstream, which is a ballpoint pen. That's usually my go-to when it comes to the Tomobow River paper, but this pen still dries fairly quickly. If you're a little impatient, it will definitely smear. I have to give it 5 or 6 seconds before I would go and highlight this, but I can highlight after with this pen, and I've opted to use this one because it is quite a bit bolder than the ballpoint pen on this page, but also then I don't have to worry about a pencil board. I'm not the kind of person that enjoys when the Tomobow River paper like ridges from the writing on the previous day. Some people really like that. That's just not my personal preference, and I don't need a pencil board with this felt tip pen because I don't press down hard enough to actually indent the page. So I opted to go with this because work gets really hectic and I'm writing down and scribbling notes like crazy, and I don't necessarily want to have to move a pencil board throughout the planner every time I write because I don't prefer how the paper feels afterwards. I am highlighting using my zebra mild liners in various colors. I think I own probably a complete set, but I'm using 4 or 5 of these, and I typically use the chisel tip when I am highlighting my notes. So hopefully you guys find that helpful so you can see how I am currently planning for work. I like a daily planner because for me it's more about capturing notes, key decisions, big issues that happened, and being able to look back and find when something happened and if I had kind of a key note when I see a similar issue pop up for work. I find I really don't need a weekly overview when it comes to work because I am very digital heavy, relying on like Outlook, for example, and OneNote with on my computer, but this just allows me to remember things a little bit better. I'm just the kind of person that likes to put pen to paper, and this has been a really easy way for me to kind of keep track of things on a daily basis and stay focused. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments down below and I will do my best to answer them. But otherwise, if you have made it this long, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.